All right, Colorado is holding an NFL showcase to give their players one more chance to prove themselves ahead of the 2025 NFL Draft. It will be the first time quarterback Shedeur Sanders and Colorado star Travis Hunter will participate in an event to prepare for the NFL Draft. Here's Adam Schefter on Shedeur's potential landing spot.
It certainly feels like the Cleveland Browns are inclined to look elsewhere aside from quarterback. And it's starting to feel like the New York Giants at number 3 are starting to look elsewhere other than quarterback. So if the Browns don't take Shedeur Sanders at 2, and if the Giants don't take Shedeur Sanders at 3, and that is the feel that I'm getting recently, where is Shedeur Sanders going?
Here we go, Stephen A. Say hello to your boy, Dan Orlov's keys.
Oh, in the house. First of all, that's so corny.
You
number
like
one.
That?
Number two, I wasn't expecting to see this man until September. What the hell?
Good day for you.
I thought he was off until then. What was he doing? What is he doing right now? You know, you can't say goodbye, did everything but give us a damn hug and you know, with flowers and everything when he was saying goodbye to us after the Super Bowl, and here he is again. What's up, man?
Well, what a welcome back. I haven't worked a lot because football hasn't been paramount too. Give you a hug. You don't touch people. You're a germaphobe. So, like, giving you a hug is not on the table, man. So I wouldn't even entertain that.
Okay.
All right, let's put this on the table. You just heard what Adam Schefter had to say. If we take the Browns and Giants out of the equation for Shedeur Sanders, what's the best landing spot?
Yeah, I'd say it's the Las Vegas Raiders. Even though they gave Geno Smith his new recent 2-year, $75 million extension now, I think the Giants are still in play. I don't believe the Browns are. I never have. But I do believe that the Giants are still in play. If you were going to say where or what type of offense does Shedeur need to be in to play to his very best, because he's not one of those 5 guys on the planet that you can kind of put him in any offense and his physical skills are just absolutely absurd, that he'll overcome any deficiency of it. I tell you, he needed to be in an offense similar to what Tua is like in Miami, or what Brock Purdy's like in San Francisco, or a little bit what Joe Burrow is like in Cincinnati, point guard. And Tua is my comp in many ways for Shedeur Sanders. Great ball placement, rhythm and timing, super smart, anticipatory thrower. And so I like the fact that Las Vegas has Chip Kelly. He's been around a ton of different places, a ton of different offenses schematically. If I had to pick one outside of those 2 and 3rd picks, it would be the Raiders for me.
Mr. Smith, allow me to give you another option that you might find more suitable to your palate than what Mr. Orlov's keys just had to say. Raiders, good option. What about the New Orleans Saints? Sitting 9. You come into a situation in New Orleans, Derek Carr's still there, no pressure to play in year 1. You're in the NFC South, no one's paying attention. 10 games this year in a dome.
Not feeling that.
You're generally going to get 10 games in a dome. Kellen Moore just won a Super Bowl with Jalen Hurts. We saw him get Jalen Hurts right back on track after what happened the previous year. He's your new head coach. Your thoughts on the New Orleans Saints?
I don't think about the New Orleans Saints, personally speaking.
That's why it's perfect for
I think they've got so many damn problems.
I agree.
Why put a quarterback into that particular situation? I love Dan's, and this is a rarity, so hold on to this moment. But I completely and totally agree with Dan Orlovsky on the Las Vegas Raiders. If the Giants are stupid enough, which we cannot rule out, with Mr. Shane, Shane, the GM. I mean, if they are stupid enough to pass up on Shedeur Sanders, then you're the Las Vegas Raiders. You got to grab them. You got to grab him. You can't let him fall below that 6 line. I mean, listen, with Pete Carroll there, I understand Geno Smith and what he's capable of, and we respect him. I'm glad he's got a job in the NFL. He's going to get some of the bag, over $34 million a year, I believe. I get that part. But Shedeur Sanders, to me, has that kind of potential, and I like him in a New York market or the Las Vegas market. I don't want him down there in New Orleans.
I miss being on shows with you. Okay. One, Geno Smith, criminally underrated. Let's put a little bit more respect on his name.
Not criminally. I give it to you underrated. I'm very proud of Geno Smith. I'm not trying to throw any shade on him.
Okay.
But don't say he's criminally underrated. Stop that. You're engaging in hyperbole there. Stop that.
Geno's one of the best throwers in the league. One of the best pure throwers in the league.
Okay. He's also been prone to throwing interceptions, and he's not winning playoff games.
You're one of a kind, man.
That is true. It's just the truth.
All right. That was my point number one. My second point is this. In relation to the Saints comments from Joe, with Kellen Moore down there just off of Jalen Hurts, I want to know if Kellen kind of likes the element of the quarterback run, something he experienced with Jalen, and then that's not Shedeur. That would actually be Jackson Dart out of Ole Miss, and that's a guy that I think is going to be the top 10. So that's my point on New Orleans. Here's what I would push back to you about the number 3 pick with the Giants, Stephen A. If Travis Hunter doesn't go number 2 and you're the Giants, you cannot get to the podium fast enough and submit Travis Hunter.
All right, hold on. Hold that thought, because I got questions. I'm not going to debate you. I'm going to ask you questions because you know. According to the reports, obviously, and I spoke to Travis Hunter. He wants to play. Obviously, he wants to play both sides of the ball. We all know that. There's no new news there. But according to the reports, you have some teams that's cool with that, some teams that are reticent about that. Which category do the Giants fall under? That's point number 1. That's question number 1. And question number 2, you trying to tell me they need that more than they need a quarterback?
Well, you don't draft off need. You draft off of want. That's what the good organizations do, and best. The Giants should play him both ways, but he should be a wide receiver. I would play him at wide receiver and then sprinkle him in at defensive back. But if you're the Giants and you're sitting there going, well, we like Shedeur, Travis Hunter is an absolute one of one. I think we don't say this in the draft process, and the draft isn't like, I'm not Mel Kiper. He's not going to fail. He's fail-proof, and that's rare in this league, and that's rare in this draft. He's remarkably physically talented. He's got unbelievable natural skill and talent. His work ethic is insane. His character, the type of human being he is insane. He's not going to fail in the NFL.
Whoa. My retort to that would be, I feel the same way about Shedeur Sanders, and he's a quarterback. I believe in that brother.
I do too.
I truly do. And listen, obviously you're not throwing any shade on his character like some of the sorry ass people out there are trying to do. We get that part, but the flip side to it is not just about his character. I mean, the brother's got poise. He's got a game. You know,
no
somebody was throwing that football to Travis Hunter, and the last time I checked, have you seen? Listen, so they got Russell Wilson now. All right, what else we going with? No.
Jameis.
Not Danny DeVito, Tommy DeVito. What do you say, Danny
They got
DeVito?
Jameis.
Come on, Tommy DeVito. And Jameis Winston. I like Jameis. I like Jameis as a person. I'm really rooting for him. He's such a nice guy. But I'm just saying to you, that's what you have. I'm like, yo, don't you need a quarterback if you're the New York Giants after this year?
Here's where I push back to you on Stephen A. And I wasn't referencing Travis in a greater light character or human indifference to Shedeur. I'm talking about just the natural talent, like the natural, physical, uncoachable talent. Travis Hunter has natural, physical, God-given, uncoachable talent. Shedeur doesn't stand out in that. There's